Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another reading. I hope you're all doing so well. So, today I have this card. It just actually got left. Have you ever had that thing where you pick up one of your decks, but then the bottom card gets left on the table? So, it happened, but I didn't realize. And I walked past my desk and it was just sitting there. And I was like, oh, okay, this is obviously the card for the next reading. And it makes a lot of sense. So we have the card First Light, beginning a new cycle. And this message has been coming through for a little while now, but we're getting more into it. I've been seeing it start to really take form around me. And Spirit's also pointing out something to do with the seasons. Spirit is showing you that, yeah, you can observe this change, this new cycle, also through the change in weather that is happening for everyone right now in different ways. Some are getting hotter, some getting cooler, some entering the wet season in the tropics, that sort of thing. There's something where it's the weather's starting to change, and that energy does carry a lot of electricity, in the air. But I feel like you yourself have been picking up on it. Like I said, I've been seeing it. I feel like you yourself have been seeing this new cycle emerging in your life. You've been starting to see the signs and the omens sort of building momentum. Okay, so I asked for a clarifying card from the Sacred Traveler Oracle deck. And the first clarifier I got was stepping into power. You are strong beyond measure. So what is this new beginning, this new cycle all about? It's about you stepping into your power and recognizing your strength in a way that I feel like our power can sometimes be held back within us through literal, just I'm seeing it being shown to me today as just energy blocks. You know how our life force energy, it wants to flow through all of our energy body, like chi, life force, prana. And then we can have blocks in different parts of our body, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual blocks that can block that flow and can deplete us and can block us from experiencing our power. So this new cycle is you experiencing less blockages in your life force, in your prana, and in your access to your power, to your personal power, to your strength. I also clarified it with this card, uncovering treasure. Beneath the surface lies great bounty. And I love this card because it has a dragon on it. And it also just feels so perfect. It's like you are receiving something that has always been there. It's always been inside of you. Who you are, your power, your strength, your light. It's coming back to you in a way that is far more whole and unified than it has been in recent times. There's so much fertility. See in this card, there's a nest with eggs. There's so much fertility in the air I'm seeing. There's a lot of new beginnings. There's a lot of energy that wants to start to show itself that you may not have met it before. It's kind of like new characters I'm seeing wanting to be introduced to, new storylines, new scripts wanting to be written, new sets for some of you. For some reason, I'm getting the analogy of, a movie set or something. But there's something here about, the plot line in your life wants to go in a totally different direction. And you are definitely the main character. If you haven't been the main character in your own life story for a little while now, this new cycle, you are 100% the main character. You are the focus in the best kind of way. Because you're standing in your power. You're standing in your wholeness. Power synonymous with wholeness in this sense that I'm getting, in this energy that I'm getting. So as well with the treasure chest, we cannot ignore the treasure, okay? This could be money. This could be finances as well. Something that you technically always had access to, but it took some kind of an inner shift to open to it within yourself. It's sort of like you technically were always capable of making, becoming a millionaire, but it took some kind of an internal shift so that you could receive that level of wealth. It was almost like an identity shift. It's a receiving, okay? That's what Spirit wants you to know as well with this uncovering treasure card. It's you have so much inside of you, and that's where to look. It's look inside because it's already in there. You already have this ability to make a fortune kind of thing. So just open to it within yourself. Do this internal shift. Let's get a message about that, Spirit. What do you want to tell them about this inner shift that I'm picking up that you want them to do? Or that they're already doing as well? Yeah, of course. Ha 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 ha. Taking shelter, the answers are within. Very, 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 very true. And that's exactly the energy that I was picking up on. It's don't look external for the answers. The answers are inside. It's almost like you have access to everything you've ever desired. You just have to shift energetically to receive it. Very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Let's get you one more card here to complete your spread. Look at that. Gates of triumph. Success expands in your life. I feel like relief as well, like a release from some kind of heavy burden or karma. And finally, really stepping into some big success. Okay, so what does Spirit want you to know about this inner shift? Spirit wants you to know that you're going to sort of stumble upon it on your path, okay? Kind of like how this card depicts like someone's walking in nature with a lantern, then they stumble across this home, this this shelter, this cottage. I'm seeing it's going to be like that. Like you're on your path and you are going to kind of stumble across an inner shift. Because sometimes if we try to do an inner shift, we can kind of block it from our own mind, kind of overthinking it, overanalyzing it, or trying too hard. Because the whole point of an inner shift is that it's very much in alignment with the energy of the feminine, which is the effortlessness, the energy of flow and effortlessness, where things are just in flow state. It just happens through flow. So I suppose Spirit's not wanting you to put pressure on yourself about this inner shift, and maybe the way that I worded it wasn't wasn't the best, because Spirit's kind of saying this inner shift is already happening and you're already in alignment with the flow of it sort of unraveling. So it is interesting as well that this new beginning card was left on my desk, on my table without me noticing, because it's almost like this new beginning is going to creep up on you without you noticing. I don't feel like you're fully recognizing it, even though the signs are already here. I feel like Spirit wanted me to do this reading to kind of remind you that this new beginning is here, and hey, like remember the signs, remember the omens, the synchronicities that you've been seeing. Because the weight of the past might be kind of, full on, but this does feel like a very different cycle. I feel like for so many of you, this is about money, especially with that success card, Gates of Triumph card coming in, and the uncovering treasure beneath the surface lies great bounty. Literal treasure, like you are receiving almost like a divine inheritance. The money that you deserve that was only being kept from you by yourself, by your own internal kind of world where there was blocks in your energy system. You've removed the blocks and now you can receive. That's what I'm seeing. This is the internal shift that Spirit's pointing out that you are in the midst of having. This new beginning is literally here. Like that's that's the message, and it might be kind of hard to see right now, but it's absolutely here. This new cycle, you're going to be feeling so much more in your power on the day-to-day. And I'm seeing with Gates of Triumph, success expands in your life, and that uncovering treasure. There is something here about financial success. Moving to a different place financially where you're in it for just a different phase, a different phase financially. We go through different cycles with our finances, with our success, with our career, with our own internal processes and healings around what we are receiving. And, sometimes when we're working through our healing and we're going through a big healing, it can be we just naturally maybe make a little bit less money, or there's less focus on work, or there's less focus on putting yourself out there and things like that. So I'm just seeing that you're coming from one phase and you're entering into another. And one phase, the one that you're coming from, finances were not as stable. Okay, that's what I'm feeling. There was less consistency in your finances. And now I'm seeing moving into a phase where you're going to have a lot more consistency with your level of success. You're going to feel like, oh, I've reached some level of success that makes me feel really safe, really secure, and like gives you a really strong and firm foundation in life. And all of this manifestation is a result of your own hard work. Like sometimes I think Spirit's showing me like you've been putting in the effort, and this happens sometimes with different things in life, but I feel like you've been putting in the effort in some way towards manifestation, especially to do with money and abundance. And I feel like you might not have been seeing the results or something like this. There might have just been, you might have been feeling like, oh, is it ever coming in? Is it ever coming in? But Spirit's actually saying you've been making a lot more of progress than you actually realize, like behind the scenes. And then it's almost going to all come in at once, almost like a flood. Like when it rains, it pours. There's going to be a flooding into your life of abundance, and it's going to really take you into a very different phase where life looks very different ultimately, right? But you have earned this, you have done this, you have worked for this. And Spirit's saying, keep in mind, sometimes things work like this with manifestation, where we might not see the signs that it's actually about to rain. And then all of a sudden it's like raining and pouring and it's totally come in, okay? That's the kind of energy I'm feeling. So yeah, Spirit's really saying like that the time is now. I've literally got this on the back of the deck. We're going to put it in. The time is now, answering the call. That's what Spirit wants you to know, that the time is actually now. Success is ready to come into your life. You have done enough healing, you've removed enough obstructions that your energy flow can flow in a totally different way. I'm seeing magnetism as you step into your power more in your life. You're uncovering your own treasure. This is abundance. Yeah, I really feel like this is abundance, you guys. This feels very financial. It is a result of this inner shift, but it's going to be like, wow. It is just time for you to experience this abundance now. You have earned it. Like, you really deserve this. I feel like this success is really hard earned. You've done so much healing work, inner work, as well as work actually on your career or something you are wanting to be successful in. You want to be rewarded in that. All right, everyone, that is the reading, the energy check in for today. I do hope that you enjoyed it. If you resonate with this reading, I really recommend my Infinite Abundance Blueprint Light Language Healing. It's an activation to welcome in all the abundance that you desire into your life. I'll link it down below and you can see if it might be right for you. All right, I'm sending you so much love and light. Take care, everyone. I'll see you soon.